my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I am back with a welcome back. Hello, y'all. I am back. Welcome into 2024. My apologies for my absence last year. Uh, I completed my first semester of college with all A's. Yes, thank you, Jesus. I also gained new subscribers. Thank you, Jesus, for that. Thank y'all for supporting me. And let's get into the new year, y'all. New year, new me, okay? I'm dropping RHOP to give a full announcement because I don't have time. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with the foolishness and hypocrisy of RHOP, all right? Marriage to Medicine might get picked up a little bit, but I don't know. I might just want to enjoy the season and not talk about it. I don't know. But with Love Marriage Huntsville and Belle Collective, I do want to have a conversation. I'm also going to go back to reviewing Love Marriage DC because I want to know what happened the remainder of the season. I mean, we kind of maybe caught a glimpse of what happened throughout social media, but there's some things that we didn't get a chance to see. So I'm excited about that. I am. But y'all, Bell Collective was good to me, but I just couldn't stand the lack of accountability on Letitia's, Marie's, and Gucci's part. They lack accountability so fast, it's crazy. But let's get into these looks first. So Carlos comes in, do his little Andy Cohen tactic by going into everybody else's room, checking in on them, wondering what's going to happen when they get on stage. The first person that walks in, I think, was Akeisha. She looked amazing to me. This powder blue periwinkle satin dress. Oh, the whole outfit just hugged her from all the right places. Her hair looked amazing. Her makeup was amazing. Akeisha looks good. I think that this new regimen of her getting her health back in order, her weight loss is looking good on her. Marie came in and she had on this black dress with these metal rings, these metal coils, look like pins going around her dress. I don't know what that was. And her hair looked nice with the finger waves, but other than that, I don't know what Marie had on. Did Marie get more work done to her face? I feel like she got her lips done. Other than her nose looking pinched, her cheeks looking higher, that BBL, she got more work done to her face. Gucci came in. Her dress looked cute. It looked like it was a drape. But Gucci liked to show skin. That's why it had a cutout section, because she liked to show skin. Tambra looked cute. Tambra had to walk in because she just had a baby and she couldn't walk in heels first, but I didn't like that she was walking on a dirty floor. Why didn't she have any slippers on? It was a sneak peek of her baby girl, London Simone, which is a beautiful name. She is so cute, so cute. Last but not last, but Latrice came in. I love Latrice's outfit. It definitely gave Belle, like it gave that Renaissance old theme with the Belle dresses, those big gowns. I loved it. I loved her hair. And like her dress said, it was black. She's finna bury some lies today. And the last but not least, I don't know what Carlos is drinking or smoking, but he want to say the queen. Who is the queen? Letitia is nowhere near a queen. Nowhere, okay? She's a wannabe queen in this knockoff version of Vanessa Bell Calloway coming to America outfit. Letitia, fire your team. Fire the designer, fire the stylist, fire your whole team that they had you coming out here looking like a damn fool. Oh, that dress was so ill-fitting on you. Grace and Mercy was not supported. She couldn't breathe. That slit was too high. I saw her panties, and I don't believe she found a comfortable place to sit or away because her legs was crossed open because she had no way of closing it because that dress was too damn tight. Oh my God, just seeing her chest, just to see the girls drop, that was not a pretty look, okay? Like, fire your team, Letitia. They had you look like a damn fool in that outfit. Ain't no whatever you like, ma'am. It's burn that damn dress, all right? So, when everybody's on stage, then they do a flashback of what all occurred this past season. You know, the 9 to 5 comment. The text message about Akeisha not wanting to be in the group message. We got the fake storyline of JJ's mother moving in. Marie constantly trying to throw her mother's addiction at us. What else? Tambra's pregnancy. Letitia and Glenn's fake ass storyline about having issues in their relationship, and that's it. Oh, and Latrice going back and forth with her marriage with Cliff and also her store and everything. Like, let's get right into it, okay? So we start off with the 9 to 5 comment because that's what ended the first part of the season, which was the 9 to 5 comment. And I'm saying it like I said it before when I reviewed it. I did not believe that Latrice was offending anybody when she said that 9 to 5 comment. Because if you have a brunch as opposed to showcase entrepreneurship, then the people who are going to come to your brunch have dreams and admirations and desires of diving into entrepreneurship and want to learn how to navigate it. Because nobody wants to work a 9 to 5. I said it before, 11 to 4, a 10 to 2, a 9 to 3. Nobody wants to work that way anymore. Everybody wants to be their own bosses, okay? And there are some people who have no choice but to work a 9 to 5 because their side hustle isn't making that much money yet. And that's fine. There's nothing against that. So for Letitia to conflate it as she's gotten all these calls and emails of people saying they were offended, they were, oh my God, I couldn't believe she said that. When you had somebody on your fucking panel who did not know there were $1 million homes in Jackson. Fuck out of here, Letitia. Fuck out of here. Even Latrice had to say, no, Letitia, what you're not about to do is make me out to be a liar. Because after your brunch, you called me and congratulated me on how good I was, how good I did. And we did have a conversation about the 9 to 5 comment, but it wasn't to that extent because it wasn't that big of a deal to you. But when you hear from Gucci, you hear from Marie, you made a big deal because you wanted some issues. You wanted some problems. You wanted some drama. And for somebody who looked up to you as a big sister, you decided to air out your little sister, make her out to be a liar. And this is what you do all the time, Letitia, that I don't fucking like. When we're talking about one specific problem, you want to add other things to it and then say, I'm not going to do that. We're not going to talk about that. Girl, we were talking about the 9 to 5 comment that I did not offend nobody the way you say that I did. And then you want to say I'm a whole liar, like I'm a whole liar about the text message about Akeisha and I wanted to be part of the group chat. Get the fuck out of here. Letitia, I'm going to need paper evidence that Latrice was the one who wanted Akeisha out of the group message. How? What did Akeisha do to Latrice? Nothing. She bothered you. Actually, Akeisha didn't bother you. She clowned you is what she did. Because, Letitia, when Akeisha first got to the scene, you felt the way about it because she had a dream about Ferris Street. She had the money for Ferris Street. She came with her own building. She came with her own legacy, and you didn't like it. So since you knew that Tamra and Akeisha have a history, and I feel like you're not talking about what Akeisha said about how there weren't pretty girls in Jackson and that Tamra told y'all. So now you're trying to use what Tamra said to add on to, she also did not want Akeisha in the group message. So you're adding on to what Tamra was already going through with Akeisha about not keeping up with what Akeisha said. So miss me with that, Letitia. You really can miss me. I can't stand Letitia. I really can't. Because I feel like we were talking about the 9 to 5, then we led to the conversation about not wanting Akeisha the group message, which is a crock of bullshit. And it just kept going on and on and on. I didn't like the way that Carlos wanted to silence Latrice and allow for Letitia to keep talking. It wasn't Letitia's turn. It was Latrice's turn. I couldn't stand that. I really couldn't. It pissed me off with that. So then it starts to get crazy. We're losing track of what the problem was. We're losing track of what it was because Letitia wants to go off on a tangent and talking about you are empty. I can demolish what I know about you. You are a liar. And the way that Letitia's voice starts to crack because she's getting upset, it makes me seem as if the things that Latrice has been informed of what Letitia has done is true. You did contact her about wanting Akeisha not to be in a group message. You did have a conversation with Latrice about something else other than the 9 to 5 comment because it probably didn't bother you. Because I feel, and when she said I can demolish you, and Latrice was like, demolish me then. Demolish me. Like for someone who wants to be about sisterhood, who wants to be about coming together, why would you want to go to the point of trying to embarrass and destroy somebody when in the beginning, Latrice saved you from all the shit that was going on with you and Glenn, and she didn't want nobody else to air out your shit because she loved you. She protected you. Like she protected you all this time that it was your idea to remove Akeisha from the group message. It was your idea. But now since the cat's in the bag, you've never had Latrice's back in the beginning. It's fuck you for life at this point. And we're losing track. We're losing motion. We're trying to calm things down. Because I don't like the way that Letitia wants to tell Latrice she's empty. There's nothing inside. I don't know what's going on in your life. And Latrice was like, if we comparing lives, I know you want my life. You jealous of my life. Now, of course, in Letitia's mind, she thinks she want Cliff. I don't believe Latrice meant Cliff. I think she meant how she's set up. Latrice lives in a beautiful ass house on her own land. and she has a very successful business. She has big line, an edge tamer, 2 buildings. She's selling like hotcakes. She got a vending machine. Like, you want what she has. Letitia, what do you have? Besides an empty ass building of Letitia Enterprise where nobody's in that. You've had disappearing assistants. First you had a girl that was just sitting there, then you had D that there's nobody there. You pushing paperwork. What paperwork? What work have you been doing? You only ended off the season with having a book signing of why side chicks are winning. What have you done, Letitia? What? What do you have going on for yourself? Absolutely nothing but these damn brunches that obviously are not that damn good. Not good at all. So what? It shows how male identified you are. If you think that when someone said you're jealous of my life, that means you want my man. No, it's because of how my life is set up. Letitia, is that ponytail wrapped up too tight? Who the hell is Latrice jealous of? Ain't none of y'all hoes got what she want. None whatsoever. Ma'am, you were just sitting on the reunion couch last season waiting on maternity results from your husband that we all knew you were going to take back. Letitia, I believe your lot in life is to make sure you have a man on your arm, because we could have been on your side elevating from Glenn, but you didn't want to because you love it. You love the toxic shit you go through with Glenn. Like, I'm already annoyed with you trying to make it seem as if Cliff is trying to mold Glenn into being like him when Glenn is already like Cliff. The man already cheated on you more than once. He had you looking dumb and stupid. You try to make it seem as if Glenn is just this innocent man who always did good and now he's doing wrong. Girl, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Good night and goodbye. And you want to call her out of her name, calling her miserable bitch? No, Letitia, you're fucking miserable because you're not where you want to be in life. You're not. I said it before. I feel like you guys are miserable. You guys are upset that Latrice is getting way more support, being way more relatable in where she's at in her life than y'all are, because y'all life is over at this point. Y'all already did everything. Latrice still has a life to live. You guys are done. So while we get to this damn screaming match, you know, Latrice had to clap back at Letitia because Letitia wants to say that Latrice is jealous of everybody. She said, oh no, I believe you guys are jealous of me. All y'all hoes jealous of me. Akeisha had to say, wait a minute. Be careful who you say who, because we ain't talking to you. She wanted to say Akeisha and Gucci ain't jealous of her. I believe Gucci is. I don't think Akeisha is. That's number one. Then Carlos wanted to know, where's all this anger coming from Latrice? I'm confused, Carlos. Have you been watching the show? What the fuck you mean where all this is coming from? Where? So now Latrice is airing out that whenever it came down to trying to conspire against the other women of the show, meaning the women that they don't like, which was Tamra and Akeisha, Letitia will call Latrice and tell her about how they should go about it, and Marie will be on 3-way. Now, before we get all that, Letitia called Latrice out of her name. She called her a bitch. And when Marie was like, why would I call you? Girl, your bitch called me. Here go Letitia. Oh, what we not going to do is disrespect. What we not going to do is call out other people's names. I said, Letitia, fuck you. You just called her a miserable bitch 2 seconds ago. So when she replies back to calling you a bitch, now you want to be like, oh, we're not going to do that. Don't be selective. Don't be selective on how you can disrespect somebody and I come back at you with the same disrespect and you want to shut me down like I'm a child. That's not going to work for me. Not going to work for me whatsoever, okay? That ain't gonna work. So we're gonna keep it pushing because this is bullshit. That's what it is. So I can already see that Latrice is getting extremely flustered because Latrice don't like confrontation. And I can tell she's starting to fidget, starting to mess with her hair to get herself collected. Carlos wants to know where all this is coming from because I can see that there's hurt. I can see you're in pain because there was a friendship. No, there weren't, Carlos. There was no friendship. Letitia never had any good intentions on being a real friend to Latrice. Never did. So when it came down to the conversation about how everybody was offended by the 9 to 5 comment, Latrice was like, what the fuck? You congratulated me the day after. And if you really felt that offended about what I said, you should have contacted me the day after. Now wait weeks until after we start filming to drag it out and make it seem as if I was just so wrong and I offended everybody, this and that, a third. You kept that in to make it a bigger issue when it should not have been that big of an issue. It really shouldn't have. So along with the 9 to 5 comment, it was a narrative that was also created by Letitia, Gucci, and Marie that Latrice could be drinking too much. Because at the event, she was tipsy. She said she's tipsy. But Letitia, you gave your panelists a round of shots though, bitch. That's what you did. So take accountability that you gave your panelists liquor. When you're at a brunch, what do you get? Bottomless mimosas. So when Carlos asked Marie, you know what she gonna say? She gonna say yes, she was tipsy. But Marie's always trying to find something about Latrice that she wants to paint it as negative. But I feel like Marie, you always look for ways of trying to understand or trying to decipher and find the definition of what someone else is dealing with, when I believe you're going towards going under the knife to hide the pain of what you're dealing with. You got a BBL, you got a new nose, you booping up your cheeks, I'm thinking you're getting your lip done, you wearing contacts, you changing your whole face because you're trying to hide some pain about your face. So while you want to say somebody is going towards alcohol to escape your problems, you're going towards being under the knife and getting bad bodies for escaping your problems. So you can miss me with that. And it's just a bunch of BS to me. It really is. And then I get knowing your audience. I do get that. But please, Letitia, your brunch are not that big of a deal where you got big names there. Again, do I need to repeat that you had a whole panel of people and one person did not know that there were $1 million homes in Jackson and that you had to pluck Gucci out from the stage to tell there were. You have so from that moment on, we're gonna move on because at that point it's beating a dead horse. Because at the end of the day, what Latrice said wasn't that bad. You try to make it out to be that bad because y'all didn't have a storyline. So then we get to Gucci's, oh my God, irrelevant ass issue with Latrice because Gucci was supposed to find a building for Latrice, but the deal fell through. Latrice ended up finding another building with another realtor. Gucci want to say she stabbed her in the back because she did not communicate. She didn't let her know. But after having multiple conversations of what I've seen on the show, Gucci was the only one who stayed mad the whole time. She said Latrice said I didn't believe I was being a bad friend because I was being a businesswoman in the day. And the whole story is she found a building. She wanted Gucci to drop the paperwork. It didn't work out. She found another realtor who had a building in mind, and that's what happened. So the whole thing about Gucci waiting for Latrice to communicate with her about why didn't you let me know, the phone works both ways, Gucci. You could have reached out to Latrice. If there was no communication left about the building, then what were you doing at that time? Because if y'all kept in touch about other things besides finding her a building, that's on both of y'all parts, to be honest. If Latrice never thought to talk to you about what's been going on finding her a building, you never thought to keep her informed, I'm still looking for a building for you, then that's on both of y'all taking accountability on, which what Gucci hasn't done. You have not taken accountability that maybe you did drop the ball. You did not keep up with letting her know that you are still looking for buildings for her. So while working for two realtors, which is not a crime to do, you can keep your eye out and still, keep up with other people that's helping you out. And if you are in a contract, then you can't do anything. And that's what Gucci didn't do. Gucci did not plan a contract for Latrice to not compete with any other realtor because she wanted to be a friend. Like, I'm not gonna hold my friend hostage for an agreement. Like, she can let me know what she can do. So why didn't you tap that into that point? Why didn't you believe that? Why would you feel like it was wrong for her to go to another realtor and not go to you when Akeisha did the same thing to you? Akeisha was looking around for a home in Jackson. She had somebody in mind that she already worked with. She thought of you, and she did let you know that if anything was to occur from the other realtor, she'll give you a holler. But the other realtor came through for her and got her house. You didn't feel a way of that. I don't believe it's because that she communicated with you about what the process was. I believe you just like to fuck with Latrice because fucking with Latrice gets you more noticeable on the show because you ain't had no storyline. If you had made up with Latrice and not had any other problems, I believe, Gucci, you would have faded into the background of having nothing else to do. Because we can't talk about Selena. You got her off the damn show. So I don't know what else to tell you. Again, Gucci, this still follows back on you, in my opinion, because if you had all the documents of putting her on a non-compete agreement, but you forgot to put sin, which is convenient for you because you conveniently forgot to put sin of inviting Latrice and Clip to the barbecue. So you fumbled your own bag of not keeping the connection of finding Latrice a building. You allowed for a free bag to fly away, and she gave somebody else the bag, gave somebody else the commission. So again, Gucci, just take accountability and just say, I trusted in my friendship. And when it came down to me trusting my friendship, I wish that she would have just told me. Because the whole thing about stabbing you in the back would have meant that you signed an agreement and you reneged on the agreement, which there was never an agreement agreed upon. There was never a signed contract, which you didn't do, Gucci. So that's on you. So Latrice was a free agent to scout around for other realtors to find a building for her. So she did not owe you anything. They're trying to conflate the friendship with the business, and you cannot do that. So moving on from there, apparently there was some information spread about Gucci that Latrice got from other brokers or other real estate agents. Marie gave her 2 cents in about how, oh, we're getting information when Marie and her bubble butt that needs to sit the fuck down decided to meet up with Tamara's ex, a man that reached out to y'all social media, who you did not know, never met, say got information on Tamara, and you went and met up and started to spew information you were not informed on in the correct manner. So miss me with that. Then we get to Akeisha. What does she feel about Latrice? Akeisha said, I'm only loyal to people who are loyal to me. And I never believed that Akeisha had a problem with Latrice. But I do believe because Akeisha tried to be neutral, I think she was just casualty. You know what I'm saying? She was just there to get that heat. Because I don't believe Akeisha never had anything against Latrice, because she was trying to get to know her for her. And she can see that Latrice is hurt. She's very guarded. She's been through some things. So that's why she has such a huge defense about her. And Akeisha said, I don't follow behind the rumor mill. I don't follow behind the attack dog route. I try to get to know you for you. That's what I try to do. And I can believe that because Akeisha wasn't on everybody else's side when it came down to Latrice. Not for everything. She voiced her opinions. Maybe that's. So now we get to Akeisha. You know, her whole storyline this season was buying back Ferris Street. She went to buy the whole block. But got railroaded because she couldn't be able to buy the whole block. And then it's the whole thing on social media, how people wanted to accuse her of stealing Letitia's idea. And did Letitia completely abandon the idea of wanting to revitalize Fair Street? Because that was the first storyline when the season first appeared. And she said, I couldn't think about moving on to being a philanthropist because she was trying to fix her marriage. And that's what she kept doing from season 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Use her storyline as her marriage. Her marriage being the main storyline. She ain't talked about nothing else but her marriage. And she gave kudos to Akeisha, who came with the vision, who came with the funds. But in the beginning, Letitia never liked Akeisha because she came with the funds, came with the legacy, and came with the connections. That's how Letitia and Akeisha were never on the same page. And when Marie wanted to clock Akeisha about how you are copying off of Letitia's blueprint, she said, me and her don't compare. My vision and her vision are totally different, which is how they connected in the first place. The vision about revitalizing Ferris Street, Akeisha was doing the same exact thing. So now, since Akeisha is still moving forward with vitalizing Ferris Street, why hasn't she maybe reached back out to Letitia to bring her back on board? Because when they first got introduced, they didn't like each other. Well, Letitia never liked Akeisha because of her having the connections and also the dirty plates and burnt waffles. But let's not forget, Letitia, you let the sour taste for Akeisha to look at you any other kind of way when you left that brunch to argue with Marie in the bathroom. And then I believe when it came down to the whole keeping you out of the group chat, Tambra told Akeisha that it was Letitia who had the whole plan. And Akeisha said in the confessional, while she believes Tambra is going to move forward with Tambra, she can't write off what Tambra is saying because she believes Tambra because she knows her more than anybody. And Letitia has definitely have lied on her a couple of times. So I do believe that Akeisha is either trying to keep her words, trying to be careful with her words, because those are very reasonable excuses of not wanting to bring Letitia on board with her revitalizing Ferris Street. Because Letitia gives me the impression she likes to take credit over things that she don't know how to do for herself. So finding out that Letitia and Akeisha have had conversations, they have apologized to one another because they both offended one another, they both had talked shit about one another, and they have moved forward. So Letitia said that she talks to Akeisha the most out of everybody. And it's kind of interesting to me, but I feel like Letitia is only using Akeisha because Akeisha has connections, because Akeisha has the funds, and Akeisha is probably the most woman about her business other than Latrice. So I see it as a using tactic from Letitia's end. I don't see it the same way how Letitia got close to Gucci to want to tell her, I believe that JJ is still in love with Selena and you just collateral damage. Felt comfortable to tell this woman in her own backyard that her husband is still in love with his ex-wife. See, Letitia ain't a friend. She is not a friend. She's a mean girl. So I don't believe that Letitia really likes Akeisha. I don't believe. So then we get to all of the tweets that people are talking about how Akeisha can talk all this shit about what Letitia hasn't done when she ain't gotten that far herself when it comes to revitalizing Fair Street. So again, Akeisha's like, listen, I want to buy back the whole block, but apparently the people who oversees this block wanted to split up the buildings. So my question is this: is it because Fair Street is such an historical landmark of Jackson, Mississippi, that you can't just buy the whole thing? There's probably permissions you need to get approved on. So she says she's gonna play Monopoly with it. She's gonna buy one building at a time. She put her proposal in, waiting for an answer. Of course, she goes back to say Rome was not built in a day. You cannot expect for everything to happen when you need them to happen. I mean, listen, I ain't counting Akeisha's pocketbooks. I ain't counting. I believe Akeisha is a woman of her word, and maybe she is dealing with a lot of roadblocks that's preventing her from moving forward with revitalizing Fair Street the way that she wants to, how fast she wants it to be. Because you got to get permission to, build and renovate things on particular zones, restricted areas. I don't know. You might need to. So I'm happy for her. I want her to, do what she says she's gonna do. I am. So then we ended off with the mess that happened at the Capitol. All the Bells were honored to go to the Capitol in Jackson, which is the White House of Jackson. Everybody except for Marie. So now Marie had it in her mind that Tambra made a way for her not to come. And what pissed me off at the end of the season, when Marie was so mad that she didn't get to come, when she found out it was just a tour invite, then she wanted to talk shit about it like it was a fifth grade field trip, but it was a fifth grade field trip you would have been involved in. And Letitia, you full of shit when you say if Marie never was invited, then none of the Bells should have came, but you were there. You took a picture. So again, Letitia, you're full of shit. With just talking about the whole invite, Tambra received a notification that all the Bells were honored. She sent the message to Letitia. Apparently, there was another message sent out that Marie was excluded. So, since Tambra wasn't, I guess, the main person giving out the invites, she just assumed since there was a notification that Marie couldn't come, maybe she thought Letitia would have still made a way for Marie to come. I mean, Gucci said that everybody has a connection with the Capitol. Everybody knows who's a Capitol. So why would it just be on Tambra's shoulders? Because that's what Marie kept saying, that Tambra knows a lot of people in the Capitol. But if Tambra had a love pool like that, then she would have only included Akeisha, Gucci, and Latrice into that invite to the Capitol. She would not have allowed Letitia to have been there, the same way how she did not want Letitia and Marie to be her spring fling. So maybe this was out of Tambra's control, but it's still a lack of communication about why wasn't Marie there. But to me, I don't give a damn, because Marie has showcased herself out to be someone you should not want around, because she always goes off on a tangent. She goes off looking like a crazy person. So I don't know what else to tell you. And at that point, Tambra was not talking to Marie ever since that meetup when Marie wanted to blast her about meeting up with an ex and excluded her from her spring fling. She deleted her number from her phone. Like, she had no desire of talking to Marie ever again. Like, at this point, I don't care how Tambra relayed the message about who got invited to Capitol or not, because Letitia wants to now add Tambra's cousin, who orchestrated and planned her spring fling, that did not want Letitia and Marie there. She now believes that she was a part of not having Marie at the Capitol because she was the tour guide. Either Tambra's cousin works in the Capitol and just happened to have been there when you guys did get the tour. You can't just connect it without having actual proof. But you can't even add Tambra's spring fling and you guys not being invited to, that's why we couldn't come to the Capitol. If you got invited, Letitia, so somebody in the higher power make sure you were there, but did not want Marie there. So that don't count. You can't connect the two to me. But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. Akeisha just wanted Tambra to say whether or not you relayed the message wrong or you want to start some mess. it did not bother you that Marie was not there. It didn't bother you, okay? You would not have cared if she was. And that's what I wanted her to do. Girl, at the end of the day, I relate the message. I don't care who got it, who didn't receive it, who weren't there or not. I'm just glad I was there. That's it. I don't give a damn. Because at the end of the day, who gives a shit? I don't care. So then they break for lunch. And Latrice was telling Tambra that Letitia's a liar, which led to Letitia and Marie to clunk their asses all the way to walk up on Latrice to say, "Oh, I'm a liar. You don't want it with me, Latrice, because we're not about to do this." And Letitia want to call her an insecure bitch. Latrice say, "What am I insecure about?" They go back and forth. Marie trying to pull Letitia back. And it's like, Letitia, why do you always got to pick on somebody? For what? And I do believe Latrice is not scared of you. And when Marie want to say childish, Marie, you know how many times you've acted childish on this show? Let's go back. I would love to go back again. You came in a Bo Peep outfit trying to embarrass Latrice's business. You took your shoes off and your earrings off when you wanted to fight Dr. Internet's best friend. You caused a scene at Letitia's other brunch where Akeisha came on the scene. You caused another ruckus when you decided to air out to Tambra about what happened with the ex. Here you are again, acting out of character once again, saying I'll beat the brakes off of her. Because Latrice ain't scared of you either. You say you childish. She said you're childish. You going to go, the first things on your mind is talking about her husband, talking about her prenup. And it's like, girl, you wish you had a husband. Go get you a car. I'm like, you still driving that utility van? Excuse me, you wish you had a husband. I bet you do, Marie. And I'm about that life. I'll beat the brakes off you. She said, please do. Please do. See, Marie, you try to act classy based, but I see nothing classy about you. I see nothing classy about you. Absolutely not. You are your mother's child. Forgive me, that sounds disrespectful, but I don't give a damn. Because miss me with that shit. Completely miss me with all of that shit, okay? So trying to remove Latrice and Marie off into separate corners, Carlos come out and pull Latrice to get her to talk because at this point, I can tell Latrice is pissed. She's pissed. She's trying to get herself together and no cameras. Didn't know nobody else to watch her, record her while she's feeling this moment. And we'll get to the second part of the reunion where we get what's his name? Cliff and Josh, that whole debacle. When Josh was living with Latrice and then when Cliff pulled up at Latrice at M Bar, we're going to get down to that. And y'all, I can't wait. But again, this is my first video back of the new year. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I want you guys to give me any tips or topics of other shows you like for me to review. All right, I'm going to see you guys in the next video.